Hey gang, today we are back at Disney's Hollywood Studios to try some brand new snacks everyone's talking about, including 2 brand new chicken tenders that they just dropped here at Disney World, and even an Indiana Jones themed cold brew over at Epic Eats. So let's go see if these new snacks really live up to the hype, but you guys know you gotta come along.
It's based off our name.
I am always super pumped to be back at Hollywood Studios, and even more so when it's time for some new food. If you guys have just followed along with me to my Fort Wilderness camping trip, which if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it. It's my last video. It is my favorite trip of the year. It's usually my favorite video of the year, and in that video, we got to try our very first chicken strip that Disney World just dropped. So in case you guys haven't heard, Disney World just dropped 13 brand new chicken strips, and it's all around property at all different resorts, and we got to start our journey of trying to try all of them at Fort Wilderness. We got to try our first one at Trail's End. It was like a jalapeno crunchy chicken strip. I loved it. So I wanted to continue on my journey to try to get all of these 13 chicken strips, and I figured Hollywood Studios was going to be the next best bet because they actually have 2 out of the 13 right here at this park. And then I also saw they had a new coffee, so chicken tendies and coffee, sign your girl up. I am totally here for it, and so we have to start our journey today right over at Sunset Boulevard. Over here at Rosie's, she has a lot of different food options for you to check out, from foot-long chili cheese, all beef hot dogs to cheeseburgers, but we are not here for their classics. We are here for their brand new item. I already see it on the menu, the spicy aioli chicken strips. And so our first snack of the day over here at Rosie's All-American Cafe is the spicy aioli chicken strips. They are tossed in a delicious spicy aioli sauce and served with a side of french fries for $12.99. Now so far, by the look of these strips, they are looking very similar to the same chicken that was used in the new chicken strips over at Disney's Fort Wilderness. The only thing that's a little strange to me is that it's supposed to be like a spicy aioli. And when I think aioli, like I usually think of like a creamy sauce, don't you? But this sauce on here, I don't know if the camera is doing it justice. To me, almost looks more like a sweet and sour sauce. Let me take one of the actual tenders out here. It does look like they're giving you about 4 tenders and a buttload of Disney French fries. But check out the sauce on here. I will say it's saucing. It's definitely nice and sauced, but it's giving more of a sweet and sour or like an orange sauce. So I'm very interested to see what it tastes like. I like seeing the little green onions and scallions on there. I think it'll add like a nice little acidity note as well as a good crunch on top of the crunch that the tenders are already gonna give us. The spicy aioli chicken strips. Okay, here's the thing. I really like it. It is sweet, it is spicy, but in no way is this an aioli at all. It has no creamy texture to it. It is a little bit more of that clear, liquid sort of texture, a little sticky from that sugar that's in there. The spice isn't too crazy. Let me take another bite just to make sure. To me, this is a sweet and sour sauce, not a spicy aioli. It has a little bit of a kick on the back end, but almost just like a crushed red pepper. Not super spicy, not like a sriracha or anything like that. I do feel like they gave me enough sauce. I know all these tenders that they just dropped are all technically sauced. I think you can ask for the sauce on the side as long as you don't mobile order, but this is the perfect amount of sauce for me. I just wish they called it a little bit something different because I was ready for some delicious, creamy, spicy aioli, and that's not what this is, but it's still really good. Whatever it is, I really, really like it. The crunch is good, and these new strips, they really are different than your like old school Disney chicken tender that was kind of flat, not very crunchy. I love the breading that they use on here. All in all, really, really good. The fries, you guys know, nothing to write home about. But will I still eat them? Yep. I was walking to our next little snack here, and I saw Donald Duck doing something over here. I'm like, I have to go see what's up. There's like a juggler, Donald Duck's out. They're definitely having some street atmosphere today.
For good luck, awesome. All right, Donald Duck, when I start juggling, you start orbiting. Here we go. Well, folks, give him the encouragement he deserves. Such grace. Such precision. Johnny D, give it another rotation. Let's really send it home.
After watching Donald in the sun, I definitely need a snack that will cool me off. And I think this next one definitely will, right over at Epic Eats. And the shirt that I decided to wear today, link in the description, is actually in honor of our next snacks. This is the Epic Cold Brew Spectacular. It's a vanilla flavored Joffrey's cold brew coffee with cookie butter cold foam and your share of the treasure on top for $6.79. This is absolutely adorable, and there is totally little gold treasure coins on top. Now, what I think the real treasure is Indy's famous fedora here. I'm pretty sure it's just like a milk chocolate or a dark chocolate. I almost wish that it like wasn't edible and it was like something I could take home and put a part of my collection. But this cold brew is looking very refreshing and very, very full. I mean, they topped me all the way to the top. There is ice in it, they have some vanilla, but the thing that I'm most excited for is the little foam on top. It's supposed to be like a cookie butter foam, and cookie butter, when I hear that term, it makes me think of like Nutella or like Biscoff or like something delicious and like a savory sweet. So I'm gonna give it a sip, but then I think we might have to try to like bite the hat and then stir it, because I think once that cold foam is stirred in, it's gonna give it a little bit of a different flavor. So let's try this Epic Cold Brew Spectacular. Let's see how spectacular it actually is. This is for your chocolate milk lovers. If you're someone who loves your coffee to taste a little bit like chocolate milk without being overly sweet, this is the cold brew for you. Now, probably what's gonna make it sweet is that cold foam once you mix it inside there, but it's already good without it mixed. And if you guys don't know some of the fun stories about Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford actually had a hard time keeping his fedora on set with all the stunts they were doing, so they literally stapled it to his head. How cool and hardcore is he? This fedora does not want to stay on top of the cold brew either, so we have to give it a little bite, a little chocolate. I never thought I'd be eating a hat. You know, I know I've eaten my words before, but never a hat. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that crunch? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is good. It reminds me of like an Easter candy, like an Easter bunny sort of chocolate candy. This is very different than Disney's normal little chocolate toppers. It actually has a really good chocolate flavor, really thick but also crispy. I love this. This is so fun. Hopefully they'll get something like this over in Animal Kingdom also, once they put in that new Indiana Jones ride. I'm loving all the Indiana Jones love. I need them to do a reboot. That's really what I want them to do, is a reboot. I want Glenn Powell. If you guys don't know, it's the guy from Twisters. I think he would be a fantastic new Indiana Jones. So yes, Disney, you can take my casting decision. Now the decision I'm about to make now is I want to try just that little cold foam, the cookie butter cold foam that's on top. It's not as extreme as I wanted it to be. I am gonna like stir it up here a little bit to make it a part of the drink. I think what I was kind of wanting it to be is more of like a butter beer, like that butterscotch topping that's on top a little bit, where it's thick and so sweet. It wasn't overly sweet. I just think it's adding a little bit more cream to your coffee. And then stirring here at the bottom, it says there should be vanilla, but I'm almost tasting like a caramel as well, like a really little sweet something, little syrupy something at the bottom. I gotta say, a pretty epic drink. And I think while we have our little epic drink, we have to go to Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. Duh.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I have one question for you. Do you love action and adventure? You've come to the right place.
Lights, camera, action!
You got me, that looked great, but do you have to cut it so close to that boulder? Sorry, boss. I thought you'd like it better that way. Yeah. Did you? I did. Good. Hey, hard part? Tell me. Keeping the hat on. Make sure it stays on. Indiana Jones never loses his hat. Quiet on the set, please.
Quiet, everyone.
Roll cameras.
Rolling and speed.
On the stick scene 124 Apple. Pyro encounter, take 1 mark.
Like that. Background.
Action! Not me, jump! There it is. Hang on! Push!
Well, it is always epic and spectacular checking out the Indiana Jones stunt show. It is so near and dear to my heart. When I used to work here at MGM back in the day, it was actually something that I thought about getting into. I loved stunts and movies and just everything about that behind the scenes that I was like thinking about going to stunt school. So I always love stopping in and checking out that show. It has changed so many times over the years, but it's always so good. And this day is not over. It's still going to be epic and spectacular, especially because we have one more snack to check out. Now the Backlot Express, of course, has a lot of other menu items other than what we're going to be checking out. They have pulled pork burgers, bacon cheeseburgers. This is actually a very delicious, healthy option that I usually get here, which is teriyaki chicken bowl. They have a Cuban sandwich, a Southwest salad, but you guys know we are here for these new beauts. Let's go check them out. Here are the new honey buffalo chicken strips with ranch, and you can get it with French fries or apple slices. I went with apple slices for $12.99. The smell off these things are definitely smelling fantastic, but like I said, I got apples instead of fries just to go with something a little bit more healthy. on this snack. And without the fries, the presentation is like a little sad for some reason. I don't know why. There still are 4 giant chicken strips. I don't know why we're calling them strips and not tenders. Like, I actually don't know what is the difference between a strip and a tender. Is it like the actual part of the chicken? Maybe it's more of a chicken breast and that they're not all tenders. I'm not sure. But I do think when you get it with fries, it just has a little bit better of a presentation. And now what's very noticeable compared to the spicy aioli ones that we had before, this looks like a hot honey buffalo tender for sure. I could tell it's gonna be sweet, it's gonna be crunchy and have a little bit of heat. I do wish they gave the ranch like more as a dipping sauce, but they kind of squirt it on top there. So I'm sure you could maybe ask for more on the side if you wanted. And it does just say that they're like a honey buffalo, not a hot honey buffalo. So the only heat that we're probably gonna get is a little bit from the buffalo, which is usually a mild sauce, but there's only one way to find out. We gotta try the honey buffalo chicken strips. I actually think that these have a little bit more of a kick than the spicy aioli ones, believe it or not. And I think it's because these are really drenched in the sauce. I mean, it is fully tossed in the sauce, where the aioli was more of a drizzle on top. So I think it's just the amount of sauce that's on here. And I think with the amount of sauce that's on there, I would probably say that I prefer the spicy aioli ones better, just because the crunch of the strip, the quality of that crunch stayed the same a little bit more than having them drenched in the sauce. You lose a little bit of texture stability when it's this drenched, but the actual flavor of the sauce I love. I can't really taste the ranch much, honestly. Like I said, I do wish there was like a side to dip it in, but all in all, same quality of tender, nice and thick. You get 4 giant ones, and it's good. It's pretty dang spicy. And you guys know, I think spice makes everything nice. And after all this fried food today, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, we've had some savory things today. We've had some syrupy things today, but you guys know I cannot leave studios without something sweet, and I think we can actually take our sweet to go, because I learned they have some new sweet treats that are dropping at every single park, and I think we can find it right over here at the 5 and Dime. So I'm already seeing the first new treat here, and I think this is so dang cool. It is actually the gray stuff. It is a cookies and cream cotton candy, of course inspired by the gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast, and even the packaging is really cute. I feel like you could keep this and like use it for like a little coin bank or something like that. And I'm not sure about the price on this, but it definitely looks delicious.
Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
Check out these combo sweet treats that they just dropped. So it's in partnership with M&M's and Skittles. So this is a full like fruity candy popcorn with Mickey on it, with some Skittles in there. And then this is a M&M's snack mix. Of course, Chippendales on the front. And there's peanut butter chocolate candies, mini strawberry flavored pretzels, honey roasted peanuts, yogurt raisins, pretzel poppers, and peanut butter flavored chips. And then they do have a Chippendale M&M's caramel popcorn as well, with some M&M's in there. So lots of sweet treat choices. And then how fun are these things? They're like little Rice Krispie treat cereal treats, but they have Skittles and M&M's in there. So you have a Mickey one with M&M's and a mini one with Skittles. Some very interesting combos here. All right, I got the sweets, and I decided to go with the Skittles Minnie Mouse Rice Krispie treat, as well as the gray stuff. I just couldn't resist. I think it's so fun that they've taken this like cookies and cream flavor and made it into a cotton candy. And I also love a good to-go thing, because I can take this home with me, have it for later without it going bad. But what's crazy about all of this, you guys, this Rice Krispie treat cereal with Skittles, it was $9.99. Now, with my annual pass holder discount, they did give 20% off. It was $2 off of that. And then the cotton candy was $6.50, and it was $1.30 off of that. But I could not believe that this is a $10 Rice Krispie treat. So I definitely think Skittles is getting a little cut of that. So let's dive into this first, and then we'll try the gray stuff because it's delicious. Oh no, I just looked at the calories, which you should never do at Disney because it doesn't count. Oh, that smells good. So the reason why I got this over the M&M's one is because I think this is gonna be really similar to when you make Rice Krispie treats with Fruity Pebbles. It's gonna kind of have that similar quality. Look at that. That is crazy. Let's try the Skittles Rice Krispie treat. You guys know, ears first. It tastes exactly like what I was expecting it to taste, but a little more chewy, less crunchy. The Skittles gives it that little chewy flavor. And what I love about this one, it has so much marshmallow in it. Sometimes I feel like you get all cereal and all bits. This has a lot of marshmallow, which definitely is the way that I like it. Do I think it's worth $10? Probably not, but it's shareable. It's dang good. In time for the gray stuff, I really think that Disney is just taking the gray stuff and making it into cupcakes, making it into mousse, because cookies and cream is just a classic flavor, and especially the fact that it makes it gray. It does look a little bit more white on the camera here, but I love a good cotton candy. Let's dive in here, tear a little piece off, give it a go. That is really good. This might be the best new Walt Disney World candy because it's so much more unique than just your pink and blue. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. I do wish maybe they had a little bit more of like a cookies, chocolatey flavor, and maybe that there were like some cookie bits on top or in there. But all in all, really good, and probably price-wise, I would probably get the gray stuff again over the Rice Krispie treat, although the Rice Krispie treat was really good. You guys just know I needed a sweet treat to go. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me today, and leave in the comments below what was your favorite new snack that I had here at Hollywood Studios. And as always, peace, love, and positivity, and all the good things. Love you guys. Bye.